Hey, what is up you guys, you're here. Welcome back to another Lorcana video. Today, we have for you some more Fabled proxy gameplay post-rotation. So we're playing with the new rotation, no set 1 to 4 cards unless they have been reprinted. I'm continuing on with this Blurple list that you guys just saw in my last video. Again, I accidentally have Peter Pan in there. Don't mind him, just pretend he is the shadow version for now. That's just a mess up on my end. He is not being reprinted, but yeah, I'm going to be playing against Ruby Steel. My friend's gonna be trying out Powerline against us, so we're trying to see if singers work in the other colors. Now that Ruby got a bunch of new singers, there might be something there, so we are gonna try and see how this gameplay goes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video, and let us get off to the races. So we are starting things off on the draw. Our opponent is going to start off with everyone's favorite Sticky Mickey as a 1-drop, and we have our Diablo as a response. And normally in this Powerline decks, you kind of want the 2-cost Powerline as a great follow-up. He's a Singer 4, which is nice, and he can shift into Powerline for 4. So unfortunately my opponent does not find that. It is a really rough dock for a turn 2 play with no effect, and that's when you know things are getting a little desperate. But turn 3 he does get Max Goof, another Singer, a Singer 5. Not as concerning in this matchup as versus Ruby Emerald, where his shift version exists, so not the biggest deal, but we still gotta be wary of the Singer 5s. But yeah, I get my Yolana down on my next turn, buffing up my Tipo so he can trade into this Sticky Mickey and take it out. And my opponent is going to be singing I'm Still Here, giving resist to the max and drawing a card, and he's going to drop Roxanne, another new card. This is a 2-3 that has 1 lore, except when there's a singer on the field. Then she is a 3-3 with 2 lore, kind of the shmee stats without any of the downside. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead on my turn. Yolana's going to sing Into the Unknown after I play Finders Keepers to draw cards. My thought here is my opponent's kind of low on cards, and I'm hoping that he's relying on singers to go off. I'm kind of treating this like I would Amber Steel Song in the last set. Just remove any singers and hope that that kind of gets us the win. And yeah, it kind of treats me well this turn. It looks like he just had Be King Undisputed. He's going to use it on our Yolana. Sorry. And I'm going to go ahead and play Robin Hood on my turn, the Sapphire Robin Hood, which I still think is a really good card. Unfortunately, it doesn't draw as a card this game, but it is going to still be able to sing All Is Found here. Get us some ramping before I play Dumbo, our new favorite Dumbo, and I decide to drop my entire hand. I had 2 more Diablos in hand. I'm just going to play them because since the All Is Found has gotten us some ink, I can just go ahead and afford to maybe not ink as much since I got some for free. But yeah, Dumbo is going to use his effect on himself, so I get to draw a card here. And I'm going to use it on Robin Hood as well because he has Evasive on our turn. And with that means that we can use Dumbo's effect on him and draw another card. And we are going to go ahead and use all that to play Ursula. Unfortunately, we don't get her effect off. We don't have any songs worth singing. Even if we did, our opponent played Pete on the last turn, so we're not allowed to play actions. But I just wanted to get another body on the board. But yeah, our opponent finally gets to play the Beyond the Horizon, singing with Pete, Roxanne, and Doc to get that off. And he does find Powerline in his 3 cards that he drew, and he's gonna go ahead and quest with Captain Hook just because I think he finds that he's on the back foot and just needs to catch up at this point. It may be a little too late though. Yolana's gonna buff our Diablo to have enough strength to take out this Captain Hook here. We still have Dumbo, and this Ursula actually becomes a 3-4 beat stick now. I do make a mistake here. There hasn't been a singer for so long that I kind of got used to Roxanne being a 2-3. But with playing the Powerline, since there's another singer, Roxanne actually hits for 3. So technically Ursula should still have a damage on it since my Baymax is going to heal 2 off of it here. And then I go off with some Dumbo effects, some questing. I debate questing or using a Dumbo effect here. I go for the effect just to make sure I have a healthy hand to respond to whatever this Powerline is about to do. Powerline is going to sing Be King Undisputed. Not a great card when I have a Diablo on the field. It just lets me draw a card. But yeah, he ends up up looking at the top cards of his deck as Powerline requires, but ends up not finding anything, so he decides to scoop. Game 1 to us Blurple players. But yeah, we are gonna go once again. Sticky Mickey on the field once again. We'll see if this game goes any differently. But so far it seems to be the same. We get a Diablo on the field. Roxanne enters second. Still no 2-cost Powerline. I still think that's probably, I would say it's the best 2-cost play for this deck, but could be wrong. But Roxanne's still not bad. If followed by the Max Goof on 3, she suddenly becomes a 3/3 that lowers for 2. That's pretty good in my book. But yeah, I do get the sale. I do get another Diablo to play with that extra ink from the sale. And my opponent, it does have the Max Goof, so now Roxanne is able to quest for 2, and she's gonna go ahead and do that, and we're gonna get 3 lore on that turn. And we are gonna hopefully have a 4-cost play in our hand. I do see the genie, so that must be it. We painfully ink the Finders Keepers. We really kind of don't like to do that, but sometimes we just gotta fight for the board. So quest for 2 off the Diablos. Genie is now on the field. We'll see what our opponent has in store. There is still a singer on the field, and this Roxanne is pretty strong, so we'll see. My opponent does decide to take out the Diablos here, and the reasoning being Max Goof wants to sing Be King Undisputed, so he wants those Diablos off the field before he can snipe the genie. Now that I kind of know how this deck works, probably best to just quest with 1 Diablo there. I have 1 as a failsafe in case Be King Undisputed wants to be sung there. We give it a target like that instead. But yeah, living and learning, we learn through these very early gameplay videos. But yeah, I dropped Iago on the field. I think this is a bit of a desperation play. Another Be King Undisputed, so it really didn't matter what I played. My opponent does have Max Goof and Roxanne both together sing Beyond the Horizon, a really painful card for me right now because my hand was pretty good. I was kind of happy with it, but I do remember these 3 cards I drew from Beyond the Horizon discarding my hand. I did not like. They were not helpful in me catching up in the slightest. I do get a Tipo, so the cards are Yelana. I do get an Into the Unknown. I finally get to get that Goof off the field, but it's kind of maybe a little too late. My opponent does have Strength, so that takes care of Yelana off the bat. He just hard cast it, and then Doc refills his hand, which is super nice. No singers, but they can still all quest on my opponent's field. Up to 8 now, looking a little dangerous. The fake Peter Pan enters the board. Just pretend it's the Shatter right here. If anything, it's just a worse version, unless I use his effect, which I don't think I do this game. But yeah. Unfortunate, but don't worry guys, I will be getting rid of it in all future videos. This is the last you'll see of him for this set. But yeah, my opponent does get Sonic Aerial, which is so hard for Blurple to deal with. But yeah, with the Peter Pan, I'm going to challenge that Sticky Mickey, and Belle will take the 2 new damage to get rid of the other one. But yeah, my opponent gets the new. So this aerial is being reprinted. We did not see much use of it. I did try to use it a little bit in the last set. But now that we have Ruby Singers, it suddenly has quite a bit of value. It gives evasives to another character of yours if you just sung a song. So very nice, very useful in a singing deck. So we might be seeing more of it, especially in Steel or something like this, where you can shift to the Sonic Warrior. That might be pretty nice. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get rid of some of this board right here. That is not, yeah, my opponent does correct me there that he has a singer, so I take 3 damage from trading with a Roxanne. I'm just trying to get rid of everything on the board here. Technically that quest for 2 because it's the Shadow. But oh, I do think never mind, because I used the genie to rush here. So technically, if you think about it, the Peter Pan could have just challenged right there instead. But just little stuff that shouldn't be allowed, since Peter Pan is not legal. But it doesn't make much of a difference this game. I think it's pretty lost anyway, and didn't change very much. But yeah, we see some difficulty here getting rid of his board. I thought I staunched off Death for a second there, but since my opponent does have a singer, Roxanne gets another lore, and my opponent gets to 20, and we go to game 3 and see who takes it in this Blurple vs Powerline matchup. Powerline's looking fun. If anything, we will see if it becomes meta or not. It feels very Steel sing-songy, so that could be the new replacement for Amber Steel Song, but if not, it's still very fun for sure. But yeah, we get to be on the play this time, so Diablo enters first before anything else. My opponent inks the Sticky Mickey this time around. He gets a Captain Hook on board instead. I think on the draw, that's probably more correct. Gets a bit more anti-aggro on the board. But yeah, we get our Tipo and get an extra ink that way. Our opponent gets Powerline back onto the field. He finally gets a turn 2 Powerline, very nice. Debates attacking with the Captain Hook there, but ends up just passing turn after somersaulting a little bit. But yeah, oh, I do have the Peter Pan, but let's just pretend once again that it is the Shadow. I know, guys, I know this is not a legal card. This is the last you'll see of it. Again, I promise, and I apologize, but yeah, our opponent will be getting Ariel onto the field. Threatening that once he plays songs, it's really nice if you're playing with Powerline and Ariel. At least Ariel can make the Powerline evasive to avoid being traded into after singing a song. Something very nice. But yeah, I played Dumbo here. I use his effect on a Peter Pan to draw a card, and my opponent does shift Powerline here. He sings Pirate's Life and goes looking off the top of his deck and ends up not finding anything but Ariel. Gets to give the Captain Hook evasive so it can trade with my Peter Pan and get it off the board. On my turn though, I'm going to use Dumbo's effect on himself here. Get to searching for some cards. I'll make a mistake here with some ink shenanigans, but yeah, Yelana will be giving +2 to Diablo. I end up just swinging into Powerline because I feel like I have to deal with this card eventually, and just, you know, little by little, I'm hoping I can get there, because at the moment I don't have the means to. But yeah, my opponent will be singing Beyond the Horizon. He ends up ditching my hand, which is probably good for him. I had Hades and Mufasa hiding up there, but yeah, I got 3 new cards in hand. And I think he actually forgets to activate the Powerline effect here, I believe. Which I guess it is conditional, but I believe it was just a mistake on his part, as we are still trying to figure out this game. New cards, I believe we're playing for the first, yeah, this was for the first time we were playing with new cards, so a lot of people are still learning effects of the game. You're still going to be seeing, you know, I recorded some videos already. I know you're going to be seeing some mistakes on my part too, such as that Roxanne damage mistake earlier, but yeah, we are just going to keep going. We go with some more Dumbo shenanigans. We quest with the Yelana. We play a Genie. We play a Royal Guard, a shifty card that usually catches people off guard with how strong it can get. But yeah, my opponent is going to play Max Goof. He's going to play a Sticky Mickey. He's going to consider trading here, end up going for it with the Sonic Aerial. He's run out of songs in his hand, and we can kind of freely just go about our business now until he draws another one, and Powerline gets to singing once again. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead. Elsa is going to exert the Powerline. We're gonna send a Royal Guard into it to take it out. Our Royal Guard has Challenger +1 since we drew a card to start the turn. Dumbo is gonna go ahead, use his effect on himself once again. Dumbo goes crazy if he's not answered, so start teching in some Dumbo answers, you guys, or your opponent is going to be drawing a million cards. We're gonna go ahead, I believe I got another card with the Genie, and we are going to smack into Ariel for good measure here with the Elsa, just because I can, because I had Rush. But yeah, my opponent does not draw a song. He does not have much else, so that'll be the end of the game. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoy, and we'll catch you in the next video. Ciao.